Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is Birth and Death, the Soul Portal series. If birth is the entry point and death is the exit, then what connects them? The answer is everything. Birth and death aren't opposites. They're reflections. Two ends of the same tunnel. Two thresholds where the soul crosses dimensions. You began at one, and you'll leave through the other. And both are spiritual portals, the most sacred, most hijacked, most misunderstood portals of all. Let's start with birth. Birth is not just a medical event. It's a dimensional landing. It's the moment your soul navigates through energy, blood, memory, and interference to take form in a body. If the field isn't protected, if the environment is chaotic or hijacked, the soul doesn't land cleanly. That fracture becomes your foundation. Now look at death. Death is not a failure or an end. It's the next passage, a crossing. And if the field isn't sealed, if the soul is surrounded by fear, sedation, or distraction, it may not exit clearly. It may get stuck, rerouted, recycled. Birth and death mirror each other because they both involve a threshold, a soul crossing, a vulnerability to programming or liberation. The entry and the exit are both moments where the soul is raw, unguarded, and highly suggestible. And guess what? That's why they're the most targeted by systems. At birth, the cord is cut too soon. The baby is named before the soul confirms. The body is tagged, registered, photographed, and processed. The field is penetrated before it seals. At death, the body is sedated, surrounded by machines. There's no one speaking to the soul. The last breath is ignored, feared, or medicalized. The death portal is left unsealed. In both cases, the soul is vulnerable. And in both cases, the system steps in with a ritual of its own. So birth and death aren't just personal. They are battlegrounds. Spiritual access points where your sovereignty is either sealed or siphoned. Let's go deeper. In ancient spiritual systems, birth and death were guarded by gatekeepers, midwives, elders, priests, and priestesses, witnesses who understood the spiritual mechanics of crossing. They knew the soul wasn't fully in at birth. They knew the soul lingered after death. And so they held the field, they spoke protection, they closed the gate. Now, in modern life, we've erased those roles. We don't guard birth, we document it. We don't guard death, we sanitize it. And without guardianship, the portals stay open, or worse, hijacked. But here's the sacred truth. You can reclaim both portals. You can rebirth yourself intentionally. You can prepare for death consciously. You can reclaim your own crossing on both ends. Start by speaking to the mirror. As I entered, I now re-enter. As I will exit, I prepare. No portal shall be opened without my awareness. No soul part of me shall be scattered. I am whole from beginning to end. Because once you see the reflection, you can rewrite the loop. You're not just here to survive from birth to death. You're here to walk through the portals fully conscious. And when you walk them consciously, you stop being a passenger in your life. You become the navigator of your birth, of your exit, of your freedom, because both portals were meant to be sacred. And now, they can be again. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Soul series, where we go beyond the surface of self-help, beyond the noise of the mind, and straight to the intelligence of the soul. This is not a motivational series. This is a remembrance, a return to the part of you that never forgot why you came here, even when the world tried to make you forget. If you've been searching for your purpose, your clarity, your power, not just on paper, but on a soul level, this is the series that delivers it. We're not playing small here. This is spiritual science meets divine design, a roadmap for awakening, alignment, and mission. Here's what's inside. Soul Game. Discover your purpose by design. Life is not random. It's a map, and your soul came in with a blueprint. In this module, we dive deep into the soul's architecture, why you're here, what you're built for, and how to stop surviving and start living by design. This isn't a guessing game. It's your coded mission. Soul surgery, the work of iconic soul surgeons. You've heard of heart surgery. But soul surgery? That's legacy work. This session explores the sacred role of soul surgeons, those who guide others through identity death and spiritual rebirth. We break down how true soul-level transformation happens and why it's the most powerful healing work on earth. Soul portals, life, death, and iconic transitional moments. Every soul enters and exits through a portal, but most people miss it. This module teaches you how to recognize soul portals, births, deaths, awakenings, relationship ruptures, and treat them as sacred rituals, not random chaos. This is where real magic lives. In the thresholds, miracles are real. You've been trained to believe in logic, but the soul operates through synchronicity, serendipity, and sudden shifts. This lesson rewires your mind to expect the impossible, because when your soul is aligned, the universe responds. We break down real miracles, real patterns, and how to become a magnet for the miraculous. Right sight, perception, and reality. The world you see is not the only world there is. This powerful teaching dives into the mechanics of spiritual perception, how your lens creates your life. You'll learn how to reprogram your sight to align with truth, not trauma. Because when you see clearly, you create cleanly. In Tune Soul, sensory intelligence, and inner feedback systems. Your soul is always speaking. The problem is, most people have been trained to ignore it. In this module, we decode the human feedback systems, the energetic chills, the gut pulls, the emotional radar that lets you know what's true. You'll learn how to tune in with surgical precision and follow your soul in real time. This isn't spiritual fluff. This is soul-level precision training for the modern mystic. Whether you're in a rebirth, a dark night, or finally ready to step into what you really came here to do, the Soul series will take you there. This is the map for the ones who were never meant to fit in, because they were meant to lead. If you've been waiting for your signal, this is it. The Soul series is open now. Your soul remembers. Now it's your time to remember too. Let's move.